It's been revealed that injuries from slips and trips on pavements and roads have been costing councils in the south hundreds of thousands of pounds a year in compensation claims and costs. An investigation by BBC South has discovered more than £1 million has been paid out in historic claims from accidents in Southampton over the last 2 years. Hampshire County Council settled claims worth just under £400,000 for accidents on public footways alone. Payouts ranged from £650 for an accident in Dorset to £61,500 for a broken leg due to a pothole in Southampton. But overall, despite more than 1,500 claims made across the south in the last 2 years, fewer than 10% were successful. The body that represents local authorities says there's a real fear that no-win, no-fee lawyers are clogging up the system with spurious claims. Chris Robinson reports.
If you trip with that little bit there, you can hit on that bar.
Back on her feet, 74-year-old Ivy Thurston and her friend Iris are inspecting the pavements outside their retirement home in Salisbury. Just weeks ago, the great-grandmother tripped and fell on a loose paving stone, smashing her face on the ground, the dark bruising still visible, the shock still there.
It's the worst I've ever had. I mean, often you can trip and steady yourself, but to actually just go down in the split second and hear the crash, hear the bang and feel the face swell. It was like someone was blowing it up.
Wiltshire Council carried out repairs afterwards. It's spending over £21 million on improving its streets and roads this year. Where there's blame, there's often a claim, and payouts have ranged from a couple of £100s to tens of thousands. These include legal costs and things like loss of earnings. A trip on tree roots on a pavement in Reading saw one successful claim of £3,820. Meanwhile, a fall in Bognor Regis, resulting in a broken arm and shoulder and cuts and bruises, paid out £33,000. And a broken leg due to a pothole in Southampton saw a payment of £61,500. Southampton City Council says their figures are historic and don't reflect the current situation, which has much improved. Dorset-based personal injury solicitor Lisa Lane says she won't take on a claim if the facts don't add up.
Solicitors perhaps get a bad name. I think you'll hear the word ambulance chaser, which really irritates me personally. Often I see people that their lives are really seriously affected, and you have to look at the knock-on effect of their injury.
Back in Salisbury, Ivy and her friends have started a campaign calling for safer streets. She's now put in a claim, but says she's speaking out in the hope it will prevent others from falling over and injuring themselves badly. Chris Robinson, BBC South Today.